The diets of Nubian Egyptian pharaohs and the Sumerian gods, a historical narrative. Chapter 1. The Feasts of Pharaohs. Peace in the grandeur of ancient Nubian Egyptian pharaohs was mirrored in their diet, a testament to their wealth and power. The elite of ancient Egypt could afford a rich variety of foods, creating a culinary landscape that was both luxurious and symbolic. The pharaoh's table. 1. Meat. Pharaohs and the wealthy feasted on beef, lamb, goat, venison, pork, ducks, geese, and quail. 1. These meats were not just sustenance, but a display of opulence and divine favor. 2. Plant-based foods. Even amidst the abundance of meat, their diet included an array of plant-based foods, which were more accessible to all social classes. 3. Cultural significance. Red meat, especially from cattle and game animals, was central to religious festivals and special occasions, symbolizing wealth, abundance, and reverence to the gods. Chapter 2. The commoners' fare. For the ordinary people of ancient Egypt, the diet was more modest yet sustainable, deeply connected to the land and river that nurtured them. Daily sustenance. 1. Vegetarian staples. The common diet heavily relied on grains, vegetables, and legumes. 1. Bread and beer, made from barley and emmer wheat, were dietary cornerstones. 2. Supplemental catch. Fish and small game caught from the Nile supplemented their diet, providing necessary proteins. 3. Sacred onions. Onions were not only a dietary staple, but also held religious significance. 3. They symbolized eternity with their layers, had antiseptic properties believed to promote eternal life, and their strong scent was thought to have the power to revive the dead. Chapter 3. The workers of the pyramid. The laborers who built the monumental pyramids of Egypt were sustained by simple yet nourishing food that fueled their immense efforts. Rations of the builders. 1. Bread and beer. These workers were often paid in bread and beer, which provided essential calories and hydration. 2. Onions, integral to their diet. Onions were valued for their nutritional and supposed mystical properties. Chapter 4. The Sumerian banquet. In the lands of Sumer, the gods themselves were believed to partake in grand feasts, reflecting the agricultural richness of the region. Divine nourishment. 1. Staples. The Sumerian diet was abundant in grains, vegetables, and legumes, much like their Egyptian counterparts. 2. Luxuries. Wealthier Sumerians enjoyed meat and fish, while their gods were offered the finest foods in rituals. 3. Symbolism. Feasts for the gods included symbolic foods to ensure prosperity and divine favor. Conclusion. A legacy of sustenance and symbolism. The diets of ancient Nubian Egyptian pharaohs and the Sumerian gods were more than mere nutrition. They were an embodiment of social order, religious belief, and cultural grandeur. The pharaohs' tables, laden with diverse meats, symbolized their divine rule and earthly wealth, while the commoners' reliance on plant-based foods illustrated a resilient and resourceful populace. Pyramid workers' simple fare of bread, beer, and onions highlighted the sacred and practical aspects of their sustenance. In Sumer, the gods' feasts mirrored the agricultural bounty and the cultural practices of a civilization that revered its deities through shared abundance. These ancient dietary practices remind us of the greatness built on the sustenance of the land and the profound connection between food, culture, and divine reverence. As we reflect on these ancient civilizations, we see a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring legacy of our ancestors. Their knowledge of the land and its resources, their reverence for the sacred, and their ability to sustain and celebrate life through food are lessons that continue to inspire us today. Embracing this self-knowledge allows us to honor the past and forge a future grounded in respect for our heritage and the earth that sustains us. Chapter 5. The symbolism of food in ancient times. The ancients imbued their food with profound symbolism, linking everyday sustenance to cosmic and religious significance. This chapter delves into the deeper meanings behind the foods they cherished. The onion's mystical power. 1. Symbol of eternity. The onion, with its endless layers, represented the concept of eternity, an unending cycle that echoed the ancient Egyptians' beliefs in the afterlife. 2. Antiseptic and reviving qualities. Its properties were thought to promote health and longevity, while its strong scent was believed to have the power to revive the dead, connecting the living and the divine. Bread and beer, foundations of life. 1. Sustenance of the masses. Bread and beer were not just food and drink, but symbols of life itself, essential to the survival and prosperity of the Egyptian civilization. 2. Religious offerings. These staples were also used in religious ceremonies, offerings to gods and ancestors, binding the people to their spiritual beliefs. Chapter 6. The Great Feasts of Pharaohs and Gods. Feasts were a critical aspect of both Egyptian and Sumerian cultures, serving as opportunities to display wealth, perform religious rituals, and strengthen social bonds. Pharaonic feasts. 1. Rituals and offerings. During grand festivals, pharaohs offered the finest meats and delicacies to the gods, seeking favor and demonstrating their piety and power. 2. Public celebrations. These feasts also involved the populace, reinforcing social cohesion and shared cultural identity. Sumerian banquets. 1. Divine celebrations. Sumerians believed that their gods feasted just like humans, and they offered the best foods in temples to ensure divine favor and blessings. 2. Culinary richness. The variety of foods offered reflected the agricultural richness of Mesopotamia and the importance of food in their religious practices. Chapter 7. Lessons from the past. The dietary practices of ancient Nubian Egyptians and Sumerians offer valuable insights into the interconnectedness of food, culture, and spirituality. Sustainability and resourcefulness. 1. Balanced diets. Both civilizations relied on a balanced diet that included grains, vegetables, and proteins, showcasing their understanding of nutrition and resource management. 2. Adaptation and innovation. Their ability to adapt to their environments and utilize available resources underscores the ingenuity and resilience of these ancient peoples. Cultural and religious significance. 1. Food as a cultural pillar. The symbolic use of food in religious and cultural rituals highlights its central role in societal cohesion and identity. 2. Respect for the sacred. The reverence for certain foods, like onions in Egypt and ritual offerings in Sumer, illustrates a deep connection between sustenance and the sacred. Epilogue. Embracing our heritage. Reflecting on the diets of ancient Nubian Egyptian pharaohs and Sumerian gods, we uncover a legacy of wisdom and reverence for the earth's bounty. Their practices remind us of the importance of sustainability, respect for nature, and the profound connections between food, culture, and spirituality. By embracing this heritage, we can draw inspiration from their resourcefulness and their deep-seated beliefs in the sacredness of life. In a modern world where the link between food and culture often feels diminished, remembering the greatness of the past can guide us toward a future that honors our ancestors' wisdom and the enduring bond between humanity and the land. In the end, the stories of ancient diets are not just about what was eaten, but about how food shaped civilizations, nourished bodies, and fed souls. They teach us that greatness is built on the foundations of sustenance, reverence, and a deep understanding of our place in the world. This self-knowledge empowers us to cherish our past, live mindfully in the present, and cultivate a future where the wisdom of the ancients continues to illuminate our path. Kindly click like, subscribe, and share this channel.